Okay. Um, okay. Fuck it. I don't know how I'm gonna. Oh, see. I don't know. What's this system now? Enter. Let's see. Start this. Try. I'm just gonna do it all. Yeah. Fuck it. Fuck it, man. I don't know how to do any of that shit, man. Fuck. It would be good to get on the walks for sure. Fucking still need a job done. At least, you know, at least this might make home feel like um, more fun, I suppose. Yeah, going for a run with the camera. It's on a GoPro app. It's fucking strange. It's, really fucking strange. Can't believe people watch 9 hours. What the fuck? Yes, I feel like that would be good. On my bed or something that's gonna fall. I don't like to fall. It's crazy. And that's good, but can't really see them. Shit. Creature altogether. Yeah, it helps. It's like you just do what you can to get through the day. I guess right now it's fucking mess. Man, I think you'd be more excited about it. Just don't know about it. Just think you gotta juggle life too. While you're always on camera. What the fuck? Mm. Just trying to think about what you feel like doing. Oh, what fun it is to save. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, not make any money at all. Dun, 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 dun. Just say it. Just say it. It's just strange that I would come back to Earth just to do this. Fucking stupid, man. Why would you? Why would you agree to just being so fucking lost? So stuck. Well, to get to a point where nothing interests you anymore. It's been like this forever now, like fucking a whole year, so a whole year, just being uninterested as fuck. I don't know why I can't just appreciate what I have. Like it's so much compared to a homeless person. And I gather that they're probably doing better than I am. At least that one person I saw was just fucking fine with it. So make you rather not when they're not being anywhere else. You know? And I'm here just like, what the fuck do I do? I'm just counting down the days like to doomsday. You know? The money runs out. Can't believe people watch this for 9 hours. It's insane to me. Just in my natural habitat of doing nothing at all. And it's the most frustrating thing. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. It's like what they call purgatory. You're like in an in-between state of everything. You don't, you know, attempt to do any of it. Like nothing. It's as though I'm immortal or something. I've lived far too long. And now it's like comical. Like I'm just waiting for death. Yeah, I love a surprise for sure. Just total change. But I just can't see it in any fucking avenue at all. Because even if I picked up a job, I know I come right back to this place. And then I know I can't leave this place because I have no plan for what to do to actually make that happen. And then if I left this place, I'm fucking certain that it's just gonna be the same fucking thing. So it's like my health's too good. Or I don't have anything to fucking focus on. That really fucking just drives me, just holds my attention. Nothing. You know, turn this camera on. It feels a little bit better. It's the same thing, you know. It's just it's just on live, and that's about it. Like perhaps someone someday gets to witness this or see it, so I behave like someone does. It makes it feel a bit better. I can see it being a ritual that I need to perform. Because otherwise, like, this is just agony. So I have no idea. I feel powerless. I've already surrendered to God. Like infinite fucking times. And yeah, I don't see how I can get out of this situation. There's no motivation to pluck myself out of this four walls and trade them for another four walls. And then I've never found people that actually get on with so well that I want to fucking be around for a ton of time, or in a community that I want to just be around all the time. And then I understand too that I really like being alone, but I'm also at the same time fucking tired of the same ritual. It's maddening. I used to be fine because I had like unlimited possibilities. And then I could like I knew it was like a temporary thing. I'd meet someone one day and I just have a family with them, but now I can't even imagine doing that. I can't imagine having a family and being able to support them because I can't even support myself. I'm just unable to hold a job because they eventually get disinterested, and then the one relationship I had was like such a fucking betrayal that I can't even fathom trusting someone for any length of time. So I'm just like family, future family is just it's beyond me. I don't even know if I really like the notion of raising a child when they could likely get to this place that I'm at where they can't reconcile life being worth it because you get to like just this and maybe it's just a passing phase like I found in the past. It just feels different this time, as though I'm like like destined to be alone. All I've got is God. And even that seems like a burden these days because it's like it got pressure on you, you know, like like you could be living out your dreams, but then you don't even know what the fuck those are. Instead of this, and you don't even know if you want those fucking dreams. It's like if I got famous on here, I wouldn't want to know it. I wouldn't even want to know that I'm famous. I just would like the perks of it, of money, basically. Just the security of that. I just can't get it through normal means. Because I can't fucking behave like regular people fucking do. They don't take it so fucking seriously, and I'm not there like that. You know, I just see it all as a fucking joke. Everyone's just playing a role. But, you know, it's hard to get yourself to keep on just keeping on just so you can see the next day through. You know, just keep on cycling through jobs just to make sure that you get further or live longer. It's just, it's the hope that like you as a person change fundamentally, as though like new technology will change your whole fucking world soon. And maybe, but you also don't know if you're gonna live to see it. So it's like survival just to see what society does. What changes, but at the same time, you have no trust in yourself to actually be able to survive it in a nice way. And then, you know, you've got all sorts of health issues coming up in your life. It's just the excitement of waking up every day is just gone. It's like I just feel pulled to get up because I know I'll feel bad if I don't. And I work out just to not feel bad so that the quality is at least a little better. But there's no, there's nothing new about it. I have ideas to try, like acting, but I don't have the courage to try it at the moment. And then uh, another idea to busk, but it's again the same sort of thing. Like no real driving enthusiasm to move any kind of way. So it's just a cycle of the same days, just repeating. And then you see everyone else living like amazing fucking looking lives online. And it just drives you fucking mad because yours always look the same every day. And these people are doing like something amazing, different, to what you're doing. Just like meaningful, seems meaningful. And I'm just here in like meaningless void, just of emptiness, just nothing really happening at all. And the crazy part is, it's like I have full mobility. It's just, there's nothing worth getting rejected for, it seems. And that's crazy because you have no time to have that idea. You have no time to think like rejection even matters. But yet, here I sit in a place I swear to God I've gotten sick of ages ago. Long, long time ago. And yet I just don't move. I don't know how to get right with it. It seems like the only thing I've tried to do is get right with it because nothing's changing. And it has to be just because, well, this is it. And yet I feel like God's been telling me it doesn't have to be. You know, I feel like the world's been telling me that. The universe has been screaming it like it doesn't have to be this. But I just keep getting nudged deeper into it. And I'll definitely be trapped in it if I don't figure out mine. Just like slow self-destruction, like decay. Just decaying. Not even bothering to study anything anymore. I spent 6 years in a college or university, only to never fucking pick up a book after. Just leave it alone. I mean, one or two, but apart from that, just just left it, man. I wanted an effortless life, but Like the waterfall looks fucking scary from here. The boat's not turning. It just keeps on going. It's almost like, well, at least change will happen then, you know? I just heard something today about stepping into your new self, and I'm getting caught in my old self and returning to it, but I don't even know what the fucking new self is. And I believe it too. I believe it, man. Maybe this is the new self, but it's just seems like more of the same to me. Just the same old thing. I just totally understand why people do substances because you can't figure out anything. And I've been at this for a good year now, over a year. Um, yeah, I think you get tired of just not trying that shit. You just want to like use it to get new perspective on things because yours right now isn't fucking working. So it's like maybe that might actually do it. So this is just life and you ask people. I probably feel the same. Maybe they don't. I don't know. This endodontist I talked to, he was doing the same job for 30 years. Same fucking job. All of his life, pretty much. He was quite an old fella, but I mean, a good deal of your life. It's almost as long as I've been alive. I've been looking inside people's mouths for 30 years. I feel I would have shot myself if I had to do that. He probably doesn't use any substances at all. Completely happy to play that role, that identity. Maybe it's because I think he's a doctor. But, you know, you just have a level of respect, you know, from people, authority. Maybe it's just hooked on that, you know. Maybe when you have immense power, it kind of makes everything nice. When you're powerless, just getting thrown back and forth in the waves of life. Why don't you turn to alcohol pretty quick and cigarettes just to handle the extreme stress of it? It used to be more like recreation for me. Now it feels like serious coping. Like sometimes I just need a fucking drink or smoke. I even smoke weed recently. I even thought I'd do that. I'm not supposed to. Because supposed to make my supposed to be the reason I'm mentally ill in the first place, but I exacerbate that too. But when life just hands you absolute garbage, there's no reason to guard your health at all, or your mind. There's nothing to attach to or anything. And you just don't care. I cared for a long time. I really tried to not do that. So that, I held on so I wouldn't get any worse. I could hold on to this state of mind, But I think I'm beginning to realize that if I don't already know, there's nothing to hold on to in life. I had a great job at the post office. I was outside all the time, alone pretty much. Didn't really have a boss looking out everything you did. You had to deal with them after, which was really, really bad. With a strong union, there's always terrible bosses, so the stronger the union, the worse the boss. So you get torn apart when you got back to the office. It was totally within, it was okay for them to do. At least I thought so, because I wasn't a union steward, and I don't know if they did that with them. But it was a great job. Like, I had immense amount of exercise. I was outside all day, so I was like, I was alone, which was perfect because um, I didn't really want to be around people at the time. And then I had like, I was gonna have good pay eventually, good enough for me, good enough to raise a family, to retire, like well, retire really well. And I just let it go after 2 years because I just was walking around like wandering the earth in the same routine. Just putting letters in boxes. And then I took one vacation. And it was a lot of alcohol and not crazy now. Probably like 3 in the morning, 3 at night. But it's nicotine and just showed me what life could be. And I know it was just a vacation and I wasn't working, but man, opened my eyes like, fuck. Like, I wasn't talking to anybody on this job. And then I was actually talking to people everywhere I went on this vacation and living in hostels with like 11 other people in the room at times. And it was too good. Like the contrast to what I was doing and my mundane life was far too much. Like the difference was night and day. Like being on the moon and being on Earth. It was just crazy. So obviously I tried to hold on to that and then just left the job basically and tried to live over there, but like while on vacation, but it was just stupid. Life just didn't work out for me that way. I ended up not finding work fast enough and then becoming like mentally ill from just no sleep. So came back, lost the job, and then tried to do other things, but I came back with mental illness, but I don't even see it that way now. I just see it as God and finally introduced God itself in my life. Um, but when it initially happened, everything slowed down. My whole focus was on what was happening to me. Basically, the whole introduction to God and the angels. And it's been like basically like the first year of life again on the planet. Like born again, but everything's fucking changed. Like I've slowed down and I can't even like get on in society like I used to at all. And society is like, well, why don't you just take medication for it? But the medication doesn't cure it. There's no cure for what I have. And it's just, it's like mild, the cognitive aspect, and then you get horrible, you have a list of horrible side effects, so I don't want any of them. And then also because at this point, I think I know it's God. It would be severing the link. So it's like, it just feels fucking hopeless because the solution society has is, well, let's sever the link to God. um, and I'm not trying to do that. Obvious fucking reasons. And, yeah, just now that, you know, I've, I have this, or I have God, it's like nothing about, myself is like able to behave in a job anymore. Like, it's really hard to describe, but it's like being on a show and God is like with you, your audience. And I just can't take it seriously anymore. I tried nursing, but I ended up just really not wanting to go in there because I think it just wasn't for me. But then I tried being a barback, and then I felt like I was having a good time in there, but then the management weren't happy with my behavior, which was crazy to me because I don't know, it was just the most fun, I suppose, but I don't think they were happy with the guests weren't happy. But it's funny because I got mixed reactions, so I just couldn't behave any other way than that. Like I couldn't tone it down because it felt like betrayal of self. I felt like conforming to it was like self-sabotage, and even though losing the job was, right, but I think on a deeper level, it was like losing my freedom, and for the sake of holding the job, I just couldn't fucking do it. And it wasn't even a choice in the end because when they asked me to change my behavior, I didn't even know how to fucking do that because it was just how I interact with people anyway. So it's pretty fucked because I want to be around people in my job, but um, the jobs that I'm on, it seems like people can't fucking handle the way I am. So it just depends on who I'm speaking with or interacting with. But if you get, one or two complaints out of the hundreds, then you're fucked basically. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy how much you have to be a people pleaser to work like, I don't know, as a barback or bartender, probably a barista, cashier. It's like you've got to really shrink yourself down to just the most polite, non-confrontational person of all time. And it's just couldn't do it. Now it's been like, probably getting on like 4 months now since I worked that job. And it's like been fucking healing, basically, from trauma. Because it was just so traumatic. And I had a health issue at the same time. My heart was beating out of my chest. Because I was masturbating too much. And I got costochondritis because I was doing that. And it's like the trauma from the job plus that. It's like I had that shrunken, broken heart syndrome. Your heart changes shape. And it's like very similar to costochondritis. I had like, I think two like mini heart attacks during the time. And I just really I faced death at the time. I went to the emergency room and they couldn't figure it out because they needed a cardiologist to actually check me out. And then to actually get that done, it took like 2 months to even be seen by one. And then by that stage, I'd actually just said, "Fuck it," I think I'm okay now, because it takes like that amount of time to actually recover. So, and honestly, I don't know if it has. I think it's inflammation brought on by these guys on my ribs, but I can't give them up because Uh, life's just absolute shit without these things. So, yeah. And we're not really here long enough either to not do stuff like this. that we really want to do. So, I don't know, right now I'm just, I was trying to figure out another way to live where I don't have to rely on fucking jobs so heavily. But what I think is happening is it's just you're gonna have to bite the bullet, and then just like keep on biting the bullet, you know. Just inevitably, I know I'm gonna lose the job, so just keep on doing it till I die, basically. And it's just, I don't know. I guess I'm the type who likes to have like a secure plan in life. I think, I think probably a lot of people do. I prefer if like they knew what was gonna happen, you know, from day to day in the future. But it seems like my future's like laid out now, where it's just going to be struggle and uncertain. So just get used to like living day to day and not knowing what the fuck's gonna happen at the end. Which just sounds like life, but before I had it in my mind that I could like go get a degree and then be this, you know, psychologist, forensic psychologist. I was gonna try and do. It's gonna be that fucking thing. I had it in my mind, like I'm gonna take on $150,000 a debt. I'm gonna do it and do whatever it took because I was that desperate. Well, when I thought I was gonna be a computer scientist and work on artificial intelligence and video games and security, but then I learned that like these fucking people are built to just look at a computer screen all day. And then I realized, like, man, I can't, I can't even joke with these fucking people. They don't even understand jokes. You know, it's like, they don't even understand code. And the jokes they're telling are just not funny at all. It's me. So, yeah, uh, I guess, like, and then when the post office ended, I just, at that, it was like 3 strikes, you're out, you know, it's like, I can't really fucking hold on to anything, job wise, because nothing seems to stick at all. So, practically given up on careers. I would say the best I could hope for is if I ever try acting out, or, and that's like, and not quit your day job thing either. And then also, if you know, manage to be a manager somewhere, that's about as high as I could possibly think of going now. And I can't even think of a trade that I want to learn. I thought maybe I'd want to build houses or something, but I don't like how lonely that occupation is, and you just focus on your work. I mean, these people probably have families to come home to. If you have no one and then you go to work to talk to no one, that's what the fuck's the point unless you really love what you do in that trade. But I don't think I like any of it. I don't think I'd like to put up drywall or nailing, hammering nails is alright, I guess. But I just find people more interesting, but I'm just like an anomaly. Like, I get on with them, but man, do they not get on with me. Someone's got a problem, you know. Like, eventually, someone will have a fucking problem with you. It's just sad because, like, you're not doing anything. You're just being yourself, and some prick has to have a problem with what you're doing. It's like, I don't know. Maybe you're having too much fun or something. You're having too much fun, so they're gonna spoil it. Like, if they're not having fun, then nobody is. It's just trash. And the fact that they can, like, ruin it for you is, like, the worst, you know. But maybe at a certain point, it just won't even bother me anymore. Just have dealt with it so much, and it's just, yeah, alright. Here, let's go to the next one. The next place, and the next one. Just try and live on like nothing, basically. Enough to afford nicotine, hopefully, and food, and like a shelter, and call it a day. But for me, it's life's too short to care so much about the job, you know, to dim yourself, dim your light for any length of time. It's just far more fun to express yourself in whatever way you need to at the time. Have fun with the fucking day, because if you're gonna be there every day for 8 hours, I mean that's your life then, you know. You don't even know how long you'll actually be able to do that job. You don't know if you're gonna die that day, you know, or come down with some illness that you never expected, and then your whole life just shifts around you. So to think about spending your your days in a job just conforming, dimming your light, and being afraid to have fun is just fucking insane to me. Because like the first day you might be on a drive home from work and then get in a car accident you never saw coming, or some drunk driver, you know, and then your whole life's just turned upside down. You've got an injury now that you deal with on a daily basis. Or that's it, you know, like it's one of those trailer, tractor trailer, semi trucks, and it just totally tramples your car, just smashing you, and then you're done. That's your whole life on the planet, and you spent it like trying to get a fucking pension from this job and doing everything you could to act um, the way they needed you to act instead of what your heart was telling you to do. And you fucking die in a wreck before you even get there. Maybe you're miserable, you know, just every day is like misery going to this job. And you're only doing it just because it's um, like the thing society has told you is the best way to do it. To get like as much money as possible and be secure and all this stuff, but I don't know what it's like when you have a family involved too, but I think it's much the same because it's your life at the end of the day, and you're just like a cog in a wheel, just lifeless zombie who arrives to work, performs the duty, and then goes home. Instead of treating it like, well, I'm gonna be here for 8 hours, I might as well have a good time with it, you know. It's just let me do the best job I can so that they don't fire me, kind of thing. But in doing so, you end up miserable because then they expect that from you. Like they come to expect it. And then you realize like you can't keep that shit up because it's just not fucking real. It's just not fucking real what you're doing. Like it's like a personal sacrifice to the self by like putting so much fucking effort in that the next day you're like exhausted and then you try and do that again and then again and again and again. And then your days are just a blur of that job, you know? And you kind of just been doing, I don't know, having fun with it, I suppose. There's so much opposition. You know, your biggest threat is the manager, and getting past that. And it's something I don't know how to do yet. But I'm like keenly interested in trying to figure that out, or figure out a place where it works. I'm not sure it's a choice now. I don't know. I don't know how many rejections and how dire the situation can get before I finally just surrender to it. And I feel like I'm in a place now where, like, I've peeled back the veil and I can't fucking unsee what I've seen because I know in my heart that it's the funnest fucking way to perform the job. And like, I know it now. Like, unequivocally, I know that doing it the fun way is the only fucking way. Because if you do it the other way, you become resentful. Like, you start to look at other people and if they're doing enough. And I think you're just lucky if you can get by with doing very little and nobody fucking notices that you're doing very little and they don't care. Really, it's just like finding acceptance for the way you do the job. I mean, I like to think that this could work, you know, and don't have to worry, but like, I'd still want to give it a go because it's like, it's a reason to go to work. Like, they're paying you to be there. But um, I don't have like a good backup right now. I can maybe get disability in a year of work, but it depends on like the judge as well, whether they think I'm disabled enough to not work. And I don't know how you keep food stamps and Medicaid if, you know, if you're required now to have a job for 'em. If you lose your job, I mean, what the hell happens then? It's just this sort of thing is supposed to develop you, you know, like this immense stress is supposed to develop you as a human, but you know, I feel like in my case, I don't know if anyone could agree, but I feel like the crushing stress has literally made it to where I've developed in a way where I don't function as I used to anymore, and it's unpalatable to societal expectations. So it's like the more stressful the event is, the further I stray into like isolation and alienation from society. So it's funny, it's just they seem to have created someone more dysfunctional through immense stress than he was functional or beforehand. Because you break, your mind, you break as a person, you have to let go because who you knew before as a very high functioning person no longer exists. Like they're dead and gone because from what I've experienced, the effort just wasn't worth it. And then it was confirmed by the way I was treated as well. Like, no matter what effort I put in the post office, they still wanted you to go faster and put more effort than you already had done to exhaustion. So they actually taught me to, like, well, we're gonna push you anyway. So why not go the other way? So the government actually trained me to chill the fuck out and not listen to superiors at all. Funny fucking thing. The society actually taught me that. Now I'm just taking it with me because once you taste what that's like and realize that you don't have to, it's way more fucking fun than like doing what they say. Because they just keep moving the goalposts, and you're never good enough. So you just learn to just fuck off and do bare minimum, and see how minimum you can go. And it's far more fun. The workday is like just incredible when you really get to absolute minimum on it. It's just ecstasy, man. All you need then is like more money, but I don't know. I've lived with fuck all money for so long that I don't even know if I need more of it. I don't even know what I do with a lot of money, so I don't even do anything. I don't know what I'd do with like $1 million. I would just sit there and just hoard it like a dragon. But if you had 1 million and you invested 800,000 in trusts and bonds and stocks, and you got a return of 8%, say, you'd have let's say 8% of that, like 64,000. $64,000 a year return on investment. So you don't even need to work again. So that's fucking insane. Like, I wonder how many humans are actually in the United States. If you just gave every single one of those people $1 million, none of them would have to work again. And that's only what? How many people are in the United States? Probably like a billion. No, the US. 342 million. And what do we do? We're like, how much is the federal budget? Isn't it in the trillions? GDP or something? I don't know. 6.8 trillion. That's weird. It says it's only 19, about $20,000 per person in the US. Shit. Well, say if you could give $1 million to every person in the US, even less than that. I mean, how much do you need to live, really? Like 40,000 a year or something? I don't know. 50,000. You gave like everyone $500,000 and they invested 400,000 of it or something. And you have 32,000 a year just on investment. So every year to live off of. And you wouldn't even have to work. You could work on your whenever you wanted to, if you wanted to. That's fucking ideal, isn't it? But we, I don't know, got people who like just have billions and just keep on accumulating more and more of it. And we just hope that they're doing things for everybody, but I feel like if everybody had that kind of money, then nobody would be fucking worried. They'd probably be doing what they want to do in life. It's always a question of incentive at that point. How do you incentivize working at that point if people aren't struggling to live? I don't know. It's just seems like a fucked up game. I don't feel like I'm a good player at it at all. Like I'm struggling, man, to play this fucking game. It just looks like struggle in my future. Because I can't reconcile going to school again to accumulate more debt, and then I can't even reconcile holding on to any kind of career at all for any time. So it's just any job. It's just bollocks, man. I need to get started again, but it's just tough. So it's just life, and it could always be worse. That's what they say, anyway. To be a child in India making clay bricks on volcanic earth. And the earth was just burning your feet as you do it. It's just, I haven't known that life. I had my freedom taken away for like 12 days before, but it didn't instill any like drive in me. It's just like not wanting fucking anything. And I wish I wanted women and um, a family, but I just don't. I'd rather have like purpose here on this planet, like some feeling of purpose, some meaning to it, and like God entered my life, and that's meaningful. But it's like God hasn't shown me why that's the case, like why God entered it. And all I thought is like, fuck, am I close to death? Is that what's going on? Because I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing here. I still don't know. And none of it seems meaningful. None of what I do seems meaningful at all. Like to anyone. And then including me. Like I'm creating this, but it's for nobody. You might see it in a way distant future. And then who knows if it really even helps me. It's just become so meaningless. Used to be for like living for family even, like I think I understood in my 20s that I probably I was gonna be alone, for the rest of my life, but I just planned on it, just figured if I wasn't gonna have a family. And I thought I'd just take care of my family members, but now I'm so estranged from them even that like that doesn't fucking matter either. So it's like for nobody, but I don't even make enough money for myself to even like help anyone else as well. So I'm just like drifting, like on a raft, and the compass is just spinning. I don't know if anyone has this problem. They must do. But it just seems like everyone's got some kind of goal. Someone's working towards something, you know? Like, I gotta get this, or I gotta get that, or I have a family and I'm raising this child, and I have a wife to take care of, and then I wonder, like, what happens when that falls through eventually, you know? When one of you ultimately cheats on the other, it just falls apart because you realize we're two different people, and you know it was never gonna last forever unless like living together was just mutually beneficial because life was good and there was enough money and security all the time, just reliable that way. But say you're a human being and then shit happens to you, and then there's probably falls apart, and then what? You know? Then what is your meaning? What's your purpose then? You just move on and find another, or is it a total collapse because your whole world is revolved around your family, and then your family is just obviously goes their separate ways because everyone fucking does. You know, even your children, even your children will leave you in a retirement home eventually, and see you like once a week maybe. I swear to God, man, if you die early on this planet, you're a lucky fucking person because it just looks like nothing good, possibly. I mean, I can go to the bar on a Saturday, right? Or Friday, because that's the only days of the week everyone's working otherwise. And blow $150 because it's crazy to get up there. And then be left in the same boat, like, for the rest of the week, you know? And then wonder, like, why am I alive for the entire week till that day comes again? Oh, people just say like practice gratitude, right? But I have a problem with it because I feel like it's just avoiding the issue of your existence. You know, obviously you have a problem with it, and that's why you're having to practice gratitude because something is wrong. But you go back to being grateful because it could be a lot worse, right? But then you see how fucking good it can be. You see it all over the internet, and like like Kanye West, for example, just has it all. And then funny thing about that is like even in that scenario of having it all, you're still not happy because you have people like Robin Williams and Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington who all committed suicide, um, obviously from mental illness and depression. And these people fucking had it all. So gratitude works in that respect, but like, because even at that level is still not happy. So I just don't see it as a cure to the problem when it keeps on having to be a practice all the time. And Alan Watts sort of said, well, there is no problem, you know, there is like, it's just problems are literally born from you. Like you're the one who has created the issue with whatever it is. But, you know, I have a mind and it's built on comparison and it's also very restless with what is in the situation. So it's blaring an alarm to me that there fucking is a problem. And I don't know how to fix it. And it's almost like it's just the issue of existing. Like it's just part of being a human to have a problem when there isn't a fucking problem. You know, like there's nothing. I'm not in pain at this moment. The only pain I feel is like my mind going over this same scenario over and over and being incapable of doing anything about it. It's like being sick of yourself. You're like, you've lived this way for so fucking long, like 15 years now, that you've become sick of yourself. I mean, before it was like a dream, when I was like from a child to 18. It was a dream because I had people in my life and it was like chaos all the time. But now that I'm in peace, I'm fucking in peace. I actually have peace, which is crazy. Most days are just whatever issue I have, and that's it. It's like my brain is dying for chaos. But the funny thing is, you don't invite chaos because you don't want to deal with problems. You don't want to introduce more issues. But the chaos that was brought by friends was like it was welcome. Like wanted to just experience those people at the time and whatever was happening. Um, Now, since then, since 18, like separating from all of them, and it's just been me and myself and God. It's like it's been way more difficult to deal with because I don't even know the answer. I think it's distraction. I think I loved the way I was distracted back then, but it all revolved around weed. It was how like meet up with them and then get stoned, right? And that was pretty much the plan all the time. But since then, it's just been like a search for meaning and purpose with hardly any distraction except for like incessantly looking at YouTube, um, video games. But it's left it so empty because I think those people brought a lot of diverse experiences to my life. Like having just like three different groups of friends, and then they knew all sorts of people too, so I met people through them, and then being cut off from that like, completely through moving. Um, it just left me to my own devices, and then I like got deeper into that, and like to a 15 year deep hole. And now, like, I can't imagine inviting people into my life at all, or even wanting to spend time with them. Because it was always, back then, it always revolved around doing a drug. That was the only way I could socialize because I just couldn't put up with it any other way. I needed, uh, I needed to be high to actually be around people, or knew I was going to get high. And when I left that, it all changed and got sober and just isolated and got used to being alone and actually began to prefer it and love it and just wanted that and like minimal interaction and even with family. And then I don't know, fast forward 15 years, it's just gone like super repetitive and redundant now. And it's nice when I do have to go out because that's the only time I'll do it is if I have to. And I love the interactions I have with people because it's like when you fasted, like you crave it, you know, like you didn't know you were craving it, but it's like when you get it again, it's fresh and it's just like the most profound and like magic experience because you've just been disconnected for so fucking long. It's like, wow, how do I even talk to a person anymore? What's this like? I mean, it's past that, but it's not anxiety inducing anymore for me. It's just, it's so unique, every experience. It's not like how a lot of people function, I think. When you're around them all the time, you probably go about it the same way, you know, like same routine in the conversation, like how are you and all that, you know, just even starting like that. But for me, it's like pantomime, you know, just peer into their fucking soul, and then like they get very uncomfortable because they don't know how to be in silence at all, and they never probably not met people off the bat who just literally say nothing but stare at them, you know. Look right into their soul. It's always like super fun experience. But my problem is I can't keep it going. Like I can't seem to just throw myself into it willingly. It just has to be fucking must must do this now. like, yeah, like I have to do it now, or otherwise it won't be good if I don't go and see people. And it sounds like out of loneliness, but it's more like obligation, like necessity. Like now I need to get a job, and now I've got to interact with people. It's gone on so long like this that like I've gradually become like an extraterrestrial. It's like I'm an alien and people are meeting an alien for the first time and they don't handle it well sometimes. Sometimes it's like 50-50 whether they have a good time or not. I'm at a point of not really caring at all what their reaction is, but like recently I went to the bar, and I'd been kicked out of this bar like 3 times in the past for being outrageous in there, which to me was like nothing. It was just dancing at the bar. I guess it was too much for the bartenders, too drunk looking, I suppose. I don't know. But I went back after like, oh god, I hadn't been there maybe in a year or something. And the first thing I do when I walk up to the bar is just lift my shirt up to the bartender, and she's immediately knew who I was and said, "I'm not dealing with this," to the other one. And then and then basically it was like cut off. Like, and I hadn't even had any drinks, so I got one, and then it was like they had to like slow it down immediately because um, they thought I was probably wasted off off the bat, but I was just like trying something new. That's the reaction you get. It's like people just don't get it. They just don't get it. And they're very serious. And if you do something out of the ordinary, just freak the fuck out, man. I can't handle what you just did. Like, I lifted up my shirt, for God's sake. It's not like I whipped out my penis at them or anything. It's just, it's fucking insane. I mean, that interaction could have went way differently, you know? But she chose to just have the biggest fucking problem with it ever. Because she was having a shite day and then had to make my day shite too. Make it so like I'm less likely to try that again. And it's just there's a lot of that in the world, man. There's a lot of that, and you just hope to rise above it and just not let it bring you down. But there's so fucking much of it. When your interactions are so few and far between, when you get one like that, it's like fuck, you just fucked it for the rest of them, But for me, it's now, since being reborn, let's say, let's just put it that way. I look at it like, well, God's wanted me to have that interaction. And what I gather is like each rejection like that will just set me more free, like less less caring. So he's trying to develop me through absolute agony. And I have to say, I don't recognize myself from last year, especially. That was a huge turning point. But I don't even recognize myself from 4 months ago. So, um, yeah. I just, The only thing I wonder is like, what is God's ultimate goal here? What are you trying to do? Because I'd rather not be in prison, but like sometimes I wonder, like maybe that's where I'm headed to. And then I think, well, if that's the fucking goal, it's like, well, I must be good on the other end of prison. You know, else after I get out. I don't know. It's just freedom, you know. I think that's what I'm being taught here. Is just not to be afraid anymore. Just not care. Just prison or not, you know. Just don't be afraid. Yeah, I feel like I'd be fucking torn apart in prison, you know. Ragdolled in there. But if you can fucking survive it, then probably being super strong mentally, not worried if you ever went back. But I don't think people want to go there ever again, you know. So just I'm hoping that's not what the intention is here. But when you realize what life is and get sick of it and tired of the struggle, you end up doing like silly shit that can put you in prison, so can put you in vulnerable situations that might lead to it. It's just the human condition, and I guess I'm thankful that I wasn't an adolescent in prison or something. You know, didn't start out that way. I'm grateful for my childhood and being able to distract myself for a really long time to actually stay out of it. But it's getting increasingly difficult because the distractions aren't working like they used to. I found God entering my life very entertaining. You know, YouTube videos are like all from God now, you know, like God trying to teach me something through everything that He shows me. Or her, it. And, you know, people I interact with are all sent by God. So even if they're good or bad, it's like, you know, it's meant to be, meant to have learned a lesson here from this person. You know, if it's terrible, the interaction, and it was to build strength, then it was from God. And then if it was good, then it was probably saving me or making me feel better about life. And if I'm here struggling with this, it's all preparation for what's going to be. And even my loneliness and not having like a girlfriend or even a family or money, all of it's like preparation for it, or uh, so I appreciate it, or I'm the person I need to be for it, or So when I actually get it, like, it'll just be divine, like a room of gold bars or something, like, I don't know, just, I'll be so lost in the moment, so taken by the moment and by that person in front of me that I won't even think about anything else. I'll just be lost in that person. And I can see how that would be the case when you fasted from that, been isolated from women and uh, money for so long. When you get it, it's just like a woman. You just, like, you are just cherishing every second, but you don't even think about time. You're just lost in it. That's all you focus is that person. Because it's, if you're around them all the time, or have them all the time, and you don't appreciate it like you've never had it, or haven't had it for so long. But I don't know. I don't know what God's plan is. And I think part of it is to be like so frustrated waiting that you end up just moving anyway, and it's all part of the plan. But all I can think is the reason I'm still alive is I must have some kind of greater fucking purpose to this. Like there's some reason I've been kept alive to interact with people or create this video. So it might very well be that this was it. And once this video is finished, and my time here might be done. And that goes for every day of my life now. Just never really knowing when God's through with me. And what, I won't even realize what my purpose was until after I'm dead. And then it will all be revealed, like what exactly it was, which lives I touched, and I'll probably be able to see it all and what it leads to. Because I doubt it was about, if you take a vow to come back here, I doubt it was about having a great fucking time the entire ride. Because that would have happened, but it must be to influence other people in some way. It might be like tiny, small, but the ripple's massive. So my presence here has to mean something. And if God hasn't taken me out yet, then it must not be done. It's just a strange thing to have your ego totally destroyed, and then so much so that you just handed it to God. You just handed it over. Your whole life and where it's going to lead to God, because you've given up basically the fight, because the fight didn't serve you at all. It just, and then how I've been built, how I've been designed, just like someone who just found no interest eventually in anything, and had experiences that like discouraged me, and for good reason, because they were that traumatizing to just smash your ego into pieces, and like relationships, and realizing you can't hold on to anything, like like any woman out there, you just don't, you can't say that they're gonna be there. You can't. You don't know if they'll be gone the next day. Even if you're married, you don't know if they're gonna be there. I'm not even talking about death. I'm talking about like she could decide that, you know what, this just isn't for me anymore, and I'm actually found someone else I love all of a sudden again. I want to go this way now instead of with you. Same with your children. I've just learned that you can't hold on to anything in life. You can't hold on to money, you can't hold on to health, you can't hold on to anything, material possessions. All of this could be gone in a fire, or like a tornado where I'm at. So even my life is like not guaranteed. I could be gone in my sleep tonight, you know. I might not wake up. I'm just under the illusion that this thing's gonna go until, you know, my health like visibly declines and I'm told that I have so long to live. That's an illusion, because you don't know if your heart's gonna stop, or um, you're gonna have some uh, something happen, like something like a car crash, or some person just shoots you or stabs you, or the weather just takes you out, or any number of things could kill you at any time. And yet we're under the illusion that it's like, well, I can guarantee I'll make it to work tomorrow. You know, like you think you're gonna actually get to work tomorrow because it's scheduled, right? You think you're gonna actually be able to meet that schedule for the week, and that's your week scheduled out. You're gonna meet all those things on your schedule, but you have no fucking idea of what life's actually gonna do. You have no idea if you're gonna meet or get to that job. You have no idea. There's no guarantee. Nobody can tell the future. Nobody knows what's gonna happen to them. And yet we're all in this illusion of like, this is clearly defined, like this is my schedule, I'm gonna be able to meet it, nothing's gonna happen in the meantime. It's just crazy, and then you live on autopilot like that, you know? You just like, go to work, come home, go to work, come home, go to work, come home, and then you have no idea which of those days like something's gonna happen. You just you just assume that you're gonna be safe on all those days. You assume you're gonna retire one day. You assume that you're gonna make it to 60 at least, you know. You have no idea if you can even make it past, fuck, I mean, 5 years old, even. It's kids in St. Jude's, you know, do you think they plan to have cancer? It's kind of funny because it's like I live like it's doomsday every day. Like people have dreams they want to fulfill and goals they're striving towards, but I'm like consumed with the moment and whether I'm gonna get the next moment. I don't know. Maybe it's just fear of death. Maybe I'm just so afraid of heaven or not, you know, whether heaven's actually a thing, even though uh, I'm like positive, like mostly sure God exists, but I have not been given like clear evidence of heaven after, you know. So I guess I'm just afraid of like dying when this is my only time on the planet, and wasting any moment, any second of that, doing anything that I don't absolutely have to do, like absolutely necessary. And it's true to the most fulfilling life I could imagine. And the funny thing is, it's led me to so many days just contemplating and philosophizing in this chair than actually going out and living. But I've already thought of that so many times that it's become apparent that none of it's worth the gamble. None of it's worth doing because I think it's because I can't guarantee that it's going to be fucking good. So it's not like I've never gone out before or done things. It's just the taste that I've had has already convinced me that, like, this is likely the fucking thing to do. Above all else, like skydiving, for instance. I mean, sure, but I don't have to do it, you know. Bungee jumping, I don't have to fucking do it. Um, or even getting laid, because I don't even want to try. It's like, I just don't want to go through it. I don't want to go through it. And then I don't want to have to deal with, like, the repercussions of doing it. It's funny, because the internal battle that rages is like my biology screaming for it, but the mind is like, it's not worth it, man. It's just fucking, it's just not worth it. It's just like anything. It's like I'd just rather hang out with myself for all of my time on this planet. I'd rather, like, wrap my head around what's truly fucking worth my time than actually gambling on what may or may not be by just filling my time with experiences. Because the way I see it is, if there isn't a heaven, and even on this planet, like, you might get to a place where you can't even remember the fucking experiences. Like Bruce Willis has now got dementia. He doesn't even know that he's Bruce Willis. He doesn't even know that he starred in movies. He has no fucking idea that he even did that. That means that everything you fucking, everything he did in his life now means nothing to him. The only thing that means anything is that moment that he's living in. And then it makes you wonder, like, what the fuck is the point of accumulating all these experiences at all? And really, it's just your fucking being is crying out for change and doing something different. You know, you have to, like, uh, justify your existence with meaning, right? Something meaningful experiences, enough distractions that you forget that, that you're alive. You're like, you forget that you're gonna, that none of it means anything. That you forget to question why you're here. You just numbed yourself, you distracted so sufficiently that you don't even sit with yourself for any length of time in silence, because then it would have you beg the question, like, what the fuck is all this about? Why am I here, really? We're all so distracted that we're just consuming the time with, like, vacations and traveling and people that we just, life kind of just flies by with all this stuff you did, but you never sat down to actually just think. You just, you just literally were so productive, you never got a chance to. You just filled up every second with something that there was no time to just sit quietly with yourself and, like, go through the fucking agony of trying to figure out if this thing is fucking meaningless or not. And I can't say which one's better. On the one hand, you have a great story to tell, and on the other, you have, like, nothing to say, really. No experiences to share. Nothing to say to anyone that you did anything. So you end up just listening to people and how they've lived, because you don't do anything yourself. What you choose to do is just, I don't know, not. You just don't. You just, It's like choosing the mundane reality, because I suppose for one, I wouldn't be bothered about impressing anyone with stories. And then two, I don't know if I've been that fucking interested in trying these things. Like, I wanted to go to Tokyo, but I don't really need to do it. As someone who's very adventurous, it'd be very appealing to someone else. But I can't vouch for that lifestyle. It's probably quite thrilling to just be doing new things all the time. But I'm addicted to, I think I must be addicted to agony and not having to fill my time up. It might just be like I'm more interested in not being busy all the time, being free, like freed up, like in a state of rest all the time. And yeah, it's not very entertaining to others, but there's no story to tell them. But mm, I just don't feel like if I lived that way, where I was super extroverted and adventurous and outgoing, did all this stuff, was like an A-type person and filled their schedules hyper busy, that I would meet people on such a deep level that I do now. Because if you're anything like those people, then you're likely around people all the time and you're addicted to noise, like what people have to say rather than what people do. And what I mean by that is like just being silent with someone and being able to hold that for any length of time. Just eye contact without speaking, because there's nothing to say, there's no impression to make. except with your body, with your eyes, with your soul. But when you chatter, it takes away all of them. Like it distracts from the moment. You can't really embrace someone in a moment like you can if you're both silent and just looking at each other. Because as soon as someone speaks, it rips you away from the moment with that person. It disrupts it. Yeah, it distracts, it diverts attention to what's being said instead of what's being expressed between the two people when nothing is said at all. And it's far more intimate, and it's far more tension involved, and people can't handle it because they're so busy and so distracted with noise. They can't sit with that tension with each other and lean into it. Because you get to know them. It's the only thing that matters. Whatever's being said doesn't even matter. It's just like, it's either projection it's just projection. But the alternative is like comfort. Like you're so comfortable with yourself that you don't need to say a word. You just see them as they are in that moment. And like you speak without saying anything. You speak to them through your eyes. But people can't handle it. I think they find it's too intimate and they don't want to go there. But we train ourselves through our jobs and through constant interaction with each other that we've been socialized to just cut that and distract with the most entertaining anything you can think of saying. But I feel like action, non-verbal communication is far more powerful than what any words could say. I think what I find the most is people who are very insecure and have to cut the tension because they're not used to it. They're not used to being able to, or interacting with someone who doesn't say a word and just looks at them. Because I think they're faced with themselves. They look for a response. They look for the attention to be diverted from them onto the other. They look for the reaction. But when you don't give them one, they're forced to look at, reflect on what they just said, what they're thinking, and actually sit with themselves. And I think people just don't do that with each other. And it'd be nice to find that one day, actually. But I fear that the way society is, it's just too commonplace. It's too normal, socially normal, to fill silence with noise. Because what you think is important to say just isn't. It might be at the time, but time usually reveals how insignificant the opinion or statement was. And that goes for everything. I think there's few truths that actually stand the test of time that can be said. I think there's only truth in actions. And if you can speak to someone through action, that's the only real truth. The only thing that lasts is to share someone's gaze and see what happens. See how they react. It will tell you all you need to know about the person is if they crack under the pressure, and what they say reveals everything. All of what they find, they think is interesting, their insecurities, everything, it's all laid out. Deflection back onto you. You know, the fact that they might have a problem with you doing that, staring, is insecurity. Because they just simply can't handle it. You might not even be threatening at all or intimidating, but they feel that way. And that feeling originated from them. So they might not even realize, if they don't reflect deeply enough, that you just simply staring at them, that they felt intimidated, and they might not go deep enough to realize, why was I intimidated? Why did I feel threatened when all that person did was stare? That's all they did. They didn't utter a single word, nothing, no threatening behavior, just literally looked at you without looking away, and you felt threatened or intimidated by it. And they won't go deep enough to realize, wow, I was the only one in that situation who felt there was a problem when there wasn't one to begin with. And crazy, isn't it? Just through looking, just with your eyes. Insane. Insane. How you could have that much power over somebody just by looking at them and not saying anything. Crazy. Crazy to me. But you won't find that if you're socialized, where you're always around people. Because you just learn to match the noise. Maybe get it in your mind that, well, I can impress now as well with my noise. And I can have more impressive noise. And they'll like my noise and therefore like me. they'll validate me through the noise that I give to them, through all your achievements, your titles, and experiences in life, and blah, 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 fucking blah. Because you just need to be liked. And you learn through trial and error which things that you say and all the noise that you say, which noise is actually the best, that comes over the best for them and most people. It's crazy. Just a life of an egotistical existence where you just up yourself to one up the next person. Like, I've done this and this and this and this is my story, and I'm so great. Or needing to be interesting, needing to have something to say so that you can befriend these people and be liked. Mm. I find myself wanting to be accepted. It's just my path has diverged. It's not. It's it's not about what I say anymore. Because I just I don't feel like any of it's worth saying. None of it. I'll only answer if I absolutely have to. And it's just short answers. Because none of it fucking matters. None of it fucking matters. Like, I'd rather hear all of what you say in reaction to my silence than anything I have to say. Because I find it to have no value, what I have to say. It doesn't. doesn't matter. But I love to hear what others have to say, but I prefer more to find those who can actually just hold my gaze without saying or uttering a word. Just people are not used to that at all. They're just caught off guard. It's like living without saying, without communication verbally. Doesn't mean you can't, but it's just been far more interesting to meet people with silence than it has to follow the script. Because the script is fucking old. The script is worn out and it's fucking boring, quite frankly. I think I'd rather catch people off guard and just see reactions instead. See how each person deals with not getting an answer immediately. I don't know. It's like anything, you know. It's like once you've gotten so many adverse reactions, it's kind of redirects your behavior. Because how do you survive when you get like a lot of negativity? Sometimes it's really good, like just dancing with people, but sometimes it's like they're so thrown off by it, it's so insecure that like they'll even call the police on you. It's just mad, actually. crazy to me. Just because you move at a different pace, you're just as though you've slowed down time to a halt. And there's no rush, there's just no rush in the interaction. You take your time with them, but they never give you a chance. Because they're so moving so fucking fast through life, such a speed that they just don't have the patience. So then there must be something wrong with you, right? Because you literally slowed down to a halt. And they just can't fucking comprehend it. Like if you ask somebody something, wait for the answer, right? Wait for the fucking answer. But a lot of people just actually can't do that. As soon after, I don't know, a couple seconds, if you haven't said anything, then something's got to be off or wrong. And there's nothing wrong. And really, that's another projection from that person. Because they've actually come up with a problem in their own mind. They've conjured up the issue when there wasn't one. I just hadn't answered yet. But in their impatience, they've come up with all sorts of problems with what's going on in their head. They went to all kinds of places where you were just literally trying to wait for them to shut the fuck up. just wait. Maybe I answer the question, maybe I don't. But just wait. Maybe the question was irrelevant. Maybe it didn't need answering. Maybe they answered it in their own head, upon reflection. Upon any reflection, they could have answered that question. Any amount. Like if you go to a dentist and they ask, don't know. I can't even remember now what she said, but I think it was asking why I was there, along those lines. And if I arrived in the dental office, then I must be there for a dental appointment. But instead of looking at who's meant to be there at that time, and then, well, that's probably this person, she asked what I was doing at the dental office. But she didn't even give me the chance to say. Like, she was so used to speaking at light speed to people that she didn't even give me the opportunity to speak. We got progressed to basically that I can't speak. And I just was a mime. And, and then we did a dance. And then I did a little. I did a little dance. And then still hadn't said anything. And then just lifted my eyes over the monitor that she was using and like moved across the monitors and then down below the counter. And then yeah, I think after a long time I finally said I was here for I said my name. Joe Munn. And then finally got into the appointment. It sounds super strange when I say it out loud, but the thing is, I've just noticed how strange it is. The way we speak in a script to each other. We follow rehearsed dialogue. And once you break from the dialogue, holy fuck, do you cause a lot of chaos. People just freak the fuck out, man. Freak the fuck out when you break away from it. I don't know if I can go back to the dialogue. Maybe on the next job, but the thing for me is I want to continue. Like, it's too fucking fun. It's a lot of attention, like, not a good attention sometimes. But, I don't know, it just seems worth it to me. It's really strange. I just, I grew tired. I grew tired of how I interact with people. I just decided to do this. And I don't even know where it was born from. It just happened. And then it's just been way more interesting now than it was before. It's just people automatically assume the worst, go the worst places in their heads. If something's off, it's not right. And you might not have even done anything. All you did was you just didn't say anything. Well, I didn't respond to you in quick succession, then something's got to be fucking wrong here. Oh my god. Then you're written off as like, well, he's got to be crazy. Because it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me that's fucking nuts. He's got to be on drugs or something. Something's not right with this guy because I have people who validate me and my behavior, and I've always gotten by like this. So it couldn't be me that's fucking crazy. There's just nothing inherently wrong with it. It's just not what you're used to. And yet, you paint someone else as being crazy or mental or just not right with them. It's like if you went to another culture and you had your hands in your pockets. You wouldn't even realize that that's offensive in some cultures. But I guess you'd be the fucking crazy one then, wouldn't you? It's just stupid, man. It's stupid because it becomes a game of blending in and putting on a disguise so that you remain safe, you know. Because if you don't behave a certain way, like if you don't respond quick enough, they'll put your ass away, you know, or refuse service or whatever the fuck, or just write you off or discount you. It's disgusting. Because they just weren't used to it, you know. They just didn't know how to handle silence. I just never spoken to someone who didn't need to fill the fucking air with noise. But I still want to do it. I still want to keep doing it. I just gotta get better at dancing with it, I think. Noticing. Noticing who the ones who crack and have a serious problem with it are. Because they're the ones who will call the police, you know. But the ones who can handle it, I'm still on the search for them. And I think they're the most fun people. It's not the ones that do all this stuff and have all these interests and all that shit. But it's the ones that can just sit there with you in silence and stare. Those are the fucking people. And they don't even have to be silent, but just find it fucking fascinating. Just be intrigued instead of offended or fucking scared. Like, come on, man. Like, if you can look at someone and and like make them afraid, I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Just lean into it, you know, see where it takes you. Like, wonder to yourself in that moment, like, why am I afraid right now? Why am I feeling worried? And then work through it, get to a place of, oh, I'm not afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's like hyperactive amygdalas. It's like there's no callus on those fucking things. It's not easy to face fear, but I think you need to be given like a reason to be worried, not off of that. So nothing's happened, you know. Nothing happened. No violence was committed. No action. Just a prolonged look, a stare, and people freak the fuck out. They think, and they go in their heads, and they think, well, it's got to mean something, something nefarious. It has to be, right? And there's like no evidence, no evidence, nothing factual, just in their heads. This person is staring at me, therefore I'm in trouble. I need to protect myself now. From what? What has happened to you? Nothing has happened, but yet you've gone to all these places in the future of what might be, of what could be, what this could mean, and yet they might even just be like fucking daydreaming in your direction. Even if they were staring at you, why does it have to go to other places? Why do you have to control them? Why do you have to control what that means? And bring, law enforcement in, and all of this fucking massive, uh, it's not like if they're following you, I mean, that's different. But how do you even know that they're following you as well? Could have just been walking that way. See? It's just all in your fucking head. And yet people go there quickly and get panicked and then call the police because they think that there's a threat when there's fucking nothing at all. And nothing has happened. They didn't do anything to you. They just literally looked at you because they're a fucking human. You're a human. They have eyeballs. And you just happen to be there. And they looked at you for a long time. Why that's not okay, I don't fucking know. It's a fucking strange fucking world we live in. Why you can't stare at people? Like, why the fuck not? Why the fuck can't you look with your eyes that God gave you. Why can't you fucking look? For as long as you fucking want. It's crazy, man. And to me, that's control. Like they're controlling what you can do with your eyeballs. Where's the freedom in that? I mean, I understand when it's like contact, but just to look or even walk in that direction. I don't know about that bit. I don't know about that. But you might have just been walking in that direction anyway. I don't know. It just seems crazy to me. To me, it's like, well, that person's just curious of the other. But, it's like they don't want to be curious about them. And it's all like born from insecurity. You don't want to be looked at, you know. You don't want to be looked at. So you've got to do something about it because you didn't want to be looked at. Just seems fucking crazy. I would even go so far, actually, to say that very unpopular opinion, but why can't you actually just touch that person as well? Like not in a it's just yeah, at that point nobody agrees. But what is it about that, I mean, okay, you could say, I guess you assume that nobody wants that at all. Because I don't think I would want that. It just depends who's doing it. But I don't know. Maybe it depends how they do it. But yeah, it's probably more to the point. Depends how I feel. But then I might try and figure out, why do I feel bad? Why do I feel bad, about what's happening? What is it that's going on in me that I feel bad about this person doing that? And how come I don't like it? Why don't I like it? I guess you'd have no boundaries then. But I still feel like, what, I still feel like that's a relevant point, is why do you feel so bad about it? Or why is the boundary there? Does it count if it's even with your eyes? Does that count? And then how come you can't just switch off? Like just switch them off out of your consciousness. Not notice them anymore in your consciousness. Hmm. Alright. I think it probably just depends, but I don't know. I do feel as though we've been conditioned to recognize it as unwanted or unusual if someone touches you. Um, and I think because it's so normalized as a bad thing that we've characterized it as such. Whereas if it was normal and everyday stuff on the planet Earth, then people wouldn't be bothered. And I actually feel like it's a truer expression of the human, the animal that we all actually are. But for some reason, we've detached from that idea, and we've gotten to a place where we're so far detached that it's we've forgotten that we are animals. We're that disconnected from each other. You know, we're strangers to connection. And I actually feel as though there's only a problem with it because we've made it illegal. I think people, well, they probably would bother to do it a lot. Like a lot. But I don't know, we've grown up in a society where it's just not allowed. It's like frowned upon. I mean, it depends on the situation, but you know, it's definitely situational, but But I'm a man of such extremes that I still would look at, like, re-examine the current belief that it's wrong altogether, because um, I feel like it originates from the person, their problem with it. And I think that should be looked at and dissected, you know, up to the individual to like really look at like what was wrong with what happened, you know. What was actually wrong with that? Like past the concepts. Was it just the person, the individual that did it? And if so, why does it change depending on the individual? And then you start to see, oh, maybe it is me actually. Maybe it's something to do with me, because one person was allowed, but another wasn't. And why is that? Why is it that the one can do it and the other cannot? I'll leave you with that.